Welcome to ZomboCom. Welcome to the stream. Hi. How's it going? I hope things are going fairly decent for you guys. I'm just kind of chilling out. If you were not here for the previous stream, we had some interesting little internet shenanigans happen. So today, we're going to treat this stream like a monitoring stream. We're going to see whether or not, anything else happens or anything weird happens. Hello, we had a resubscribe from FBay. Hello. Release the snabs! Exactly, release them! Release them! Free the snabs! Unshackle them! Oh, you've done it. Release the snab. You've done it. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, he's here. He's hanging. So many snabs. So much crab. So much demonic crab happening. Anyways, yeah, we had some weird internet issues. So, yeah, tonight we are going to be just monitoring it and seeing what the heck happens. Do not be surprised if we have any technical difficulties, because yesterday was a mess and a half. Draw Girl is back. Hello! Welcome. Yeah, you over there? Yeah, we are currently streaming out to both Twitch and YouTube at the exact same time. Just because I'm just like, well, we need to do a little bit of a test here. We need to make sure that each one of the platforms is working properly, so... You got your account back. Nice. Good to know. Good to see. Ah, Jesus. Yippee! I suppose you probably have, a little background of points. I'm scared and intimidated. Anyways. Bah! Friggin'! Oh, Jesus. And there goes my mic stand again. You know, one of these days, I'm just going to go and, just screw that thing down. For God's sakes. Okay. Let me head over to the BRB screen real quick. I have to, reattach that to my desk. Jesus. Here. Just gotta grab it. Maybe my issue is that I tighten up a certain portion of this thing too much. Who knows? Anyway, get back on there, you slimy. There we go. Okay. There. You good? Are we solid? I feel like I need to get, some, Oh, you know, one thing I could do, the pad on the underneath is kind of wearing out. I wonder if maybe I can get some replacement. In fact, I think I might have some replacement cork that I might be able to glue on the bottom of this thing. Cause yeah, it's kind of slippy and not staying there. About 27,000. Oh fuck. Well, I'm dead. Tonight is going to be the day I die. There we go. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I think next, after the stream is done, I might want to consider going and getting some of that cork board and just, gluing it onto the bottom of that thing. That would work. Here, let me scooch up a little bit and also resync my my stuff. There we go. Hello. Oh, come on now. There you go. Shift R. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Okay. Move it over here. Almost 28K. I'm scared. Intimidate. So I was thinking, man. All right, I kind of wanted to just leave this as a stream where, we don't do anything solid, but at the same time, I want to play something. So I am thinking that maybe we should play little rounds of Power Wash Sim, because why the heck not? How is everything? Haven't been online for quite a bit, including the Discord. It's been going okay, but again, we've been having some interesting internet problems, and we've been having them for several months now. I've had a few different random internet problems crop up, and I have been trying to squash every single one of them. It's like a game of whack-a-mole. But the current one, in fact, I think I have some visual examples that I can pull up here. Let me go ahead and just grab that real quick. Here, not that one. Okay, this is from last night. So, what happens is that I'll just be doing the stream, you know, all hunky-dory, nothing weird going on. And then randomly, we have stuff like this happen. Where, like, you know, just a random cutout of the internet. And for people that don't have any idea what the heck this is, the flat parts, you know, basically the ones that are going, like, straight across, that's what my stream output is supposed to look like. But then out of nowhere, like, our connection will cut out, or, like, it'll cut out slightly, and then it'll, like, try and get back, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it wavers. It's ugly as sin, for sure, and it definitely does not make for a good stream experience. Like, basically, I can't stream under those conditions. It's just not possible. One, I have higher standards than that, and two, I mean, no one wants to watch an absolute, like, garbage stream like that. Oh, you're learning to drive! Nice! Getting pretty good at it. Took class last week. Explains why I haven't been online for a bit, but yeah, I was scared, but it went really smoothly. Driving is, yeah, it's a pretty intimidating thing. I found that, like, you know, you eventually kind of get used to it, and eventually driving just kind of becomes a second nature thing. Like, it's just an extension of your body after a while, you know what I mean? Anyway, oh, here's the fun graph. That's the graph when, like, I tried to only stream to Twitch, and, like, the valleys just went ha ba bo be boo ba ba bo. They're just like, so, you know. Here, I'm going to clear that out here. What did I miss? Not much. I've just started up the stream, and I'm currently explaining the internet problems. Like I said, though, if we have more internet problems tonight, do not be surprised. It could happen very easily. I will say that, like, you're tossing shit at me. You've aged another year older. Well, happy age! Happy olds! Yay! I hope your back hurts just a little bit more. Yay! Happy birthday. Delicious hydration. Anyway, speaking of hydration, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start a Power Wash sim. Why the heck not? Might as well. Just because I'd like to have some kind of a game going, and I'd like something that makes my brain go burr. There we go. Oh, also, I need to hop into the Discord call just in case somebody wants to yell at me. Here we go. We'll see whether or not, like, you know, call quality definitely changes too. Possibly. Who knows? Okie dokie. Snap versus you in Smash. I think, yeah, Snap would annihilate me. No question. There's a reason why I let him just hang out. If you don't, you're in trouble. Anyway, bonk. Let's move over to here. Okay. Special Alice stuff. Let's turn on the game PC audio because it's not on at the moment. There we go. My first time driving from a town to another town near my home, which was about 45-minute drive, with my driving instructor, and he was really nice, but I was a nervous wreck getting to the driver's seat. Legitimately told him, "You're not really gonna make me do this, are you?" He made me drive. Yep, gonna have to. That's what that's what he's here for. That's his job. Yeah, I remember there were a couple of particular things that, like, were really terrifying for me when I first tried to drive. One of them was getting on the freeway. Holy shit. Cars go super fast over there. When you're driving at like 70 or 80. Actually, yeah, I think the speediest freeways are something like 80 miles an hour or something. Like, you haven't lived until you've driven at least 80 miles an hour on the freeway. It's scary. I have a question about your model. Does it have legs? No, I lost those in the war. There are absolutely no legs to speak of here. Oh, God! No! Hey! No! Hide away, you peepers! Get... Hey! Stop it! Stop it! Dang it! Anyway. Hope that answers your question. Here, let me move myself. And now I'm out of line. Gosh darn it. There we go. I don't know. Is that good enough? Nice and smooth. Mafia Town music. Legs! You don't see them often. They're there, though. Always and forever. I think that's synced up enough. All right. Bitch shoes! Bitch shoes! All right, so we're going to go and clean the Mad Tea Party now. Have I turned on the game PC audio? Yes, I have. Oh, it's the Mad Hatter! When is a table not a table? Why, when it's an unplayable, of course. And when is the tea not for me? When it's someone else's property. Okay, here's an easier one. Why is a raven like a writing desk? No idea, me neither, and it doesn't matter a jot. Unanswers are always so much more interesting. Anyway, of course, if you don't know the unanswer either, then you'd better come clean. The table is dirty after all, and we can't have you just standing there like a sprightly little pepper pot. Hop to it! In truth, the March Hare is forever complaining about how grumpy everything is. But when a plate gets dirty, I just move everything along one space. So I really can't see the issue. Okay, so we're going to be cleaning up the tea party. Understood. The instructor was really nice. He known my dad for a very long time. I was expecting him to be as tough as my dad. No, you'd be surprised. Like, yeah, somebody who instructs like that, like you kind of have to get a good like head about you on how to like, you know, properly work with people who are like under a lot of stress and who are doing like a brand new thing. Not the bad puns. Oh, it's the Mad Hatter. We can excuse him for that. Anyway, tea party. Oh God, the jam is everywhere. What have you done? What is this nightmare? Ooh, fancy hats. You gotta... Oh, wait a minute. Frog. Very neat. Oh my God! I think we can throw out this cheese. I don't know if my power washer can save this. Blag. Is it possible to fall off? Oh no. Conveniently, they put a barrier right at the edge of the table. Okay. Fine. Fair enough. Oh, hey, look, a bent spoon. Actually, is that how their spoons tend to lie? I don't know. Wait, why are there paw prints? Because I'm sure the Cheshire Cat is watching me from a distance. In a wait. Oh, wait, there he is. Hello. How about screw you? All right. God, all right. Let's just start from here, I suppose. The key to a good cup of tea is to always put the milk in first. Man, I'm not a tea drinker, so I wouldn't know. You probably know better than I do. You drink a lot of tea, Mr. Mad. Then the butter, then the eggs, and finally the ham. Are you sure that you're not talking about like a breakfast sandwich or something similar? Would you like one lump or two? That's great. Can I get nothing but the Mad Hatter for the entirety of the DLC, please? Would I play Animal Crossing again? If Nintendo released a new Animal Crossing and they did something different enough that I felt it was worth it, then yes, I would. But I don't think I would replay Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I don't know, like, perhaps maybe I would go and play one of the previous Animal Crossings on a different console? Possibly, if there's, like, a reason for that? I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like I've gotten my fill for it, but maybe I'm wrong. Straight up almost had a panic attack just learning how to parallel park. Yeah, now I know how to parallel park. I know how to parallel park. The problem with me is that I'm incredibly slow at it. That's my issue. So, you know, I'm incredibly way too careful whenever it comes to parallel parking. And anybody who's, like, you know, watching me is just like, dirt, dirt, hey, spade it up, jackass! You know. Boo! Light is back. Hello! Welcome! Welcome to the fold. Squeaky! Dogs! Well, good. Oh, a pocket watch. Ooh, neat. Ah, Jesus. Just throwing shit at me. I'm curious whether or not, I mean, technically, Power Wash Simulator would and could, I mean, there's a chance that they could potentially make some kind of merchandise based off of their own Alice in Wonderland stuff. Because, like, you know, free game, all the designs are their own. I just like me a good, like, feely, you know what I mean? Like, a good game item where you're just like, oh, I remember that from video game. What does dead do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. In fact, yeah, that's a dead command. It doesn't actually work. Don't ever use it ever. For any reason whatsoever. Back and go! What did I say? I'm gonna do it! Anyway. I need to add more commands, man. I gotta come up with, like, some more goofy things that you can do with my model. Here we go. The majestical backflipping rubber duck that spits fire. That is a hell of a sentence right there. Also, all the snabs. The snabs have arrived. Happy Home Paradise. I forget. Happy Home Paradise. Is that like, oh, that was that a 3DS game or was that a, like, mobile game? I don't remember. It was one of the two. Throw a snap at bit would be a good command. I'll have to think about that one. Like, it has to do something different than just all the other thrown items, you know what I mean? Like, it's gotta be something special. Yay! There's so many different ways that you can see emotes on my stream. It's great. I like me the interactiveness, you know? Jesus, there's so many freaking teacups. Holy frig! Make the snabs send in an army. I'm not sure how or what I would do about that. Replace you with Snatcher. Technically speaking, that is a thing that is possible. There is a toggle that you can allow people to, like, tag in different models. That being said, I probably wouldn't do that. I haven't really talked about this much. I feel like I probably should, just to, like, you know, for the record, talk about it. Now, first of all, I've really enjoyed the times that I have done Snatcher streams. Like, seriously. And I'm not saying that they will, like, never happen again. That being said, though, I'm incredibly wary about doing them nowadays for one reason, and one reason very specifically, and that's because, technically speaking, I am a canon voice of Snatcher at this point. You know, like, I'm actually you can actually hear my voice as Snatcher within Hat in Time. And now I'm a little bit worried about doing that because some people might misinterpret that as like me being an agent of like Here's for Breakfast, or something I'm saying being official or something to that degree. And I really don't want to push that idea, and I definitely don't want people to think that way. It's scary because, yeah, if I do something as the Snatcher at this point, I do have some level of authority to, like, get people's attention and, like, potentially, muck some things up. I'd rather not do that. You know what I mean? Like, if I am going to be official in any, like, serious capacity, I do want to make sure that I play very cautiously with the idea of me doing any kind of Snatcher-related stuff, including streams or whatever the heck. And actually, I've had this philosophy and this policy for a little bit here. It basically, like, since I actually became Snatcher in the DLC, it's kind of one of those things that I've had in the back of my head, but it's slowly just kind of become policy. And you know what? I think that was probably for the best because I don't know how many of you guys remember hearing about this. This was incredibly sad and unfortunate. But recently, Youngtown, Luke, went and did some surprise Snatcher streams not too long ago. I'm pretty sure, like, for the sake of, like, trying to hype people up and get people's attention and, make them excited to see his work and things. And apparently, like, he was sort of joking around and making up some fun ideas for Snatcher's lore on stream. And after that stream ended, apparently he was approached by Gears for Breakfast, and they requested that he end and, like, stop all of his Snatcher live streaming things, for the reason of they're worried that if he ends up making something up on his live streams, people might associate that with being canon, considering he is, like, the official voice for Snatcher. And Luke was absolutely respectful about that. Like, he was like, you know what? Yep, you are absolutely right. That is absolutely a very serious concern. And he is, he has definitely accepted that and said yes. Like, he's not going to be doing Snatcher streams from here on out. So, yeah, if I didn't have any reason to maybe, like, hold off on doing Snatcher-related stuff before, like, I definitely have it now, because now for sure, like, the precedent's kind of been set. Like, official Snatcher, at the very least, Gears is, like, a little bit nervous about having official Snatcher going and doing live streamy things off the clock, outside of their own business. So I'm willing to bet that, like, the second-rate copycat of him, the one that they got for the DLC stuff, I'm fairly certain that they're not going to be okay with me doing it either. I mean, I try and play, like, as canon as I possibly can, but I do kind of worry that I'm going to accidentally say something that, like, doesn't line up with their lore, or some people are going to take something I say way too seriously. So, yeah, if there's any reasons why I have not really done much in terms of, like, me putting on the Snatcher costume, keep in mind, I kind of made these decisions far before I decided to... Actually, wait. Like, I made these decisions, like, quite a while ago, way before Luke ended up being, approached by Gears for Breakfast. Like, again, I ended, like, Snatcher plays a considerable amount of time before, Luke was told to pretty much, like, slow it down with the Snatcher content he's making. Yeah, so that was a decision that I came to all on my own, so don't misinterpret that. It's just kind of one of those, like, I like doing the thing, but I also heavily respect Gears, and I respect, their own creative decisions and their creative input. It's their character at the end of the day. And I definitely don't want to step on any toes. Here we go. Where in Hat in Time can we hear you? Because I got a new Switch, but I lost all of my data, so I have to start over in Hat in Time. Unfortunately, you are not going to be able to hear me in the Switch version of Hat in Time. Sorry. The only version of Hat in Time that you will be able to hear me is in the Vanessa's Curse DLC, which is something that was released on PC exclusively, because that DLC uses a very specific like back-end code that is owned by like Steam. So it has to be on PC just because of that. So yeah, sorry to disappoint, but oh shoot, sorry. I think I might have accidentally not muted myself on Discord. That was my ping. Ignore it. There we go. There we are. Unfortunate, but understandable. That's kind of one of those just like, yep, nope, that's fair. Have a nice day. Now, that being said, like, they're... Wait, you're on Vanessa's Curse? Shut up! What? Draw, please, for the love of all that's holy. Tell me you knew about this. Are you just figuring that out? Hello? Go watch the Vanessa's Curse trailer. Like, I'm in there. In a couple places. I am the announcer guy who does the announcement for the Creator DLC. That one. You didn't? Wow, yeah, I'm in there. Wow. I kind of yelled that from the mountaintops. Yeah, I'm in Hat in Time. It was an yippee! I agree. Yippee! I'm in Hat in Time. I did, but I didn't realize. I didn't realize that was good. That was an incredibly fun experience, man. I loved being in Hat in Time. Like I loved doing the work for Vanessa's Curse, just because like it was such a fun concept. I was just like, oh my god, it's just like a game of tag, except with curses. That's great. That's amazing. Oh my god, that sounds fun. And also, it's a massive utilization of the online party system as well. Like, it's an impressive use of the online party system. It's one of those things where, like, online party was always sort of a novelty. It's just being like, oh, ha, 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 I can play with, like, 50 other hat kids. That's cool. That's great. But then, like, but then Vanessa's Curse DLC came out. And, like, I think we all kind of quickly figured out that we can only have so many people playing at a time before it becomes unstable. It's kind of the nature of the code that they're currently using as a backend, and the servers that they're using. However, just playing, like, it's kind of like it gave online party an actual purpose. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, there's actual utility for Vanessa's Curse now, and like for online party. Oh my god, that's amazing. And I was so on board for that because I'm like, this is so clever. Oh my god, this is so cool. And on top of that, like, again, that is a DLC that was made by the community. Specifically, it was Wordy 100 and, oh god, they've changed their online handle since then. I believe it's, is it Jazz Jackrabbit? Or is that wrong? is Jazz Jackrabbit the, that one game on, god. I apologize severely. I am terrible friend. I am terrible colleague. I've completely forgotten your name. We don't talk all that often. I'm sorry. Come to think of it, I haven't spoken to Wordy in a while. Wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing splendid. Any herby derp. That was fun. You know, it was a fun experience to be on something that was more or less like something that became official. Do you know if they ever would make it so that you can also play it on the Switch? So if I'm not supposed, no, you're not supposed to be. Like, it's okay. You can ask that. Here's the thing. I have zero idea if it's even possible to make it work on the Switch, simply because they're using servers and a backend that is entirely based in Steam. I genuinely don't think they could do it on Switch. Like, full stop. Like, I think it's literally not possible. So, genuinely, I don't think you're going to see it on Switch. That being said, I do recall that they've never said that, like, creator DLC was an exclusively PC thing either. Like, you know, the Vanessa's Curse DLC, yeah, that has to be exclusive to PC out of necessity. However, there's no rule that says that there cannot be ports for creator DLC for other platforms as well. For, like, you know, other creator DLC. And I know the door is wide open for that. Like, Gears has got forms available, and they're just like, you know, submit your idea for creator DLC, and if we like it, we will back it, and we will bring it into the game officially. And the cool thing is that, like, you know, if your game actually does get accepted into creator DLC, you get a kickback from it. Like, you know, the actual creators, like, it's a very fair split between Hat and Time and the creators. I think it's like 50-50, if I remember right. Ooh, Klondike bar. Shoot! I'd do something for a Klondike bar. Probably nothing serious, though. I have Hat and Time on my PS5, but I can't play Vanessa's Curse on the PS5. Yeah. Like I said, if there was an option to be able to play Vanessa's Curse on other consoles, oh, you can bet your butt I would love to see it on other consoles. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I think that would be really awesome to give, like, some extra gameplay to be able to... I don't know, just, like, more stuff. Arson? No. I draw the line at arson. Robbery, maybe. Arson? Robbery can potentially be a... Well, okay, it's not a victimless crime, but at least it's not like a murderous crime. No, the cool thing about creator DLC, though, is that, like, it kind of makes it possible for mod-like content to end up showing up on consoles, which is not something that you could say about any of the other mod-related stuff on PC. Like, you know, that stuff is glued directly to PC, and you really cannot port it anywhere else. But creator DLC, there's a chance. Arson on the Snatcher tree? No! Definitely not! No, 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 no. I do not want to die. That is how you die. How did the Mad Hatter have such a messy frickin' tea party? Like, what the heck, man? I've heard of people who have managed to play platforms, on a Samsung fridge. I mean, that's hackers, and they are like another breed of human being. They are a much more advanced breed. The folks that can play, like, you know, Doom on a toaster. Not if you know how to run. It's one of those, do I want to take the risk? Does it sound like I should possibly try it? My answer is no. The hacking community is amazing, though. My God. I'm still, like... I have been looking into some more stuff related to, like, Nintendo Switch hacks and things. And my God, the whole Nintendo Switch hacking situation, like a long while back, that was an amazing thing. That was kind of incredible that was even a possibility or something that could be done. Hat would do that for 5 jars of cookies. 5 jars? I mean, that's a lot of jars. Commit to arson on Snatcher Crab Tree. Crab Tree? Do the snatcher crabs live in a tree? I feel they wouldn't. I think it would just be a very spooky burrow. How are we doing on frame drops, by the way? We have had 0 frame drops for this stream. So what the hell was going on yesterday? What was the deal? Oh, I should probably talk about that, actually, now that I think about it. A little more detail about exactly what happened yesterday and a couple days ago. For all I know, maybe a lot of the problems that we dealt with yesterday were things because they were screwing around with internet-related stuff a couple days beforehand. Chaos! So here's a little bit of an update for that. So swamp, the snabs would live in the swamp. Ooh, that would work. Anyway, so you know that I've been having some interesting, like, internet-related tomfoolery happen as of late. Well, I still kept on having, like, these really weird sort of hiccups for the stream where, like, I would lose a random little packet of frames every, like, 30 or 45 minutes or so, or, like, at complete goddamn random. I would have no idea when it would happen. It just sort of happened. And that was kind of annoying. And I have been going through a series of replacing all kinds of different equipment on my system just to try and fix it. Like, again, I'm going to go through the entire set of things I've replaced. So, I replaced this 8-port, like, internet switch thing that has, like, it makes one internet port into 8 of them. That's what that does. I replaced that thing because I thought that was the thing that was the culprit. Then, when that didn't seem to fix things and, in fact, made things a little bit worse, I went and replaced the router because it was kind of an older router and it didn't have a lot of functionality anyway. So I was like, okay, let's replace that. And I replaced it with a brand spanking new one with a lot more ports on the back, which is awesome. And I've also tried to replace several different cables over the course of this thing. Like, I've gotten rid of, like, a lot of, like, Ethernet cables that were connecting some computers to other computers, such and such. Doom can run on Doom. Apparently someone heard a barrel in Doom 3 playing the original Doom music. That's amazing. Anyway, so then... Apparently one of these cups is still messy. Burn down the snab swamp. I'm fairly certain they would come and destroy you. Anyway, at one point I decided I was just going to ask my ISP to completely replace my modem because we were still having some really weird issues out here. And so, yeah, brand spanking new shiny modem that has recently come out, and it is like the thing that is currently being supported at the moment. And then when I still had issues, I just recently, about 3 or 4 days ago, I had my ISP come out, and we actually replaced, like, cables leading, like cables within the walls themselves, and we replaced the cable that was connecting to the house and leading over to where the junction box is outside, where, like, it connects to all of their system. So yeah, we've replaced basically every single portion of this network at this point. And fun fact, actually, I found out after they had finished taking the cable out of the wall in my house, I found out that apparently, like, the previous tenants that had internet installed in this house, they had installed, like, the cable inside of the wall. There was an extra 10 feet of cable just sitting in the wall, just sort of, like, shoved in. And, like, I heard this and I'm just like, what? Why? And the only thing I can think is that the reason why that probably is that, like, the dude who is working on the internet that day, like, you know, setting it up and, like, putting stuff in the walls, they were probably like, you know, I don't have a shorter cable. Like, all the other cables are too short. This one's way too long. But I also don't have any tools to, like, shorten it. And also, I don't have any, like, spares sitting on the truck. And I don't want to go back to corporate and grab a cable and then come back here. It's going to take a long time for me to finally get back. And I'm on the clock. And, like, I want to go home. Fuck it, I'm going to use the long cable. That's what I assume is what happened. They're just like, whatever, long cable works. So, the new cable that's inside the walls is actually, like, you know, properly sized to what it's supposed to be. So there we go. And again, like, brand spanking new lines. Also, they repaired some stuff underneath, like, the road. I guess, like, the line was actually strung underneath a road. And, you know, stuff's been driving on that road for a very long time. And, you know, that's caused things like flattening that cable and flattening the thing that actually has the cable inside of it. And that can cause cable damage as well. So they're just like, yeah, let's go ahead and replace that too. So at this stage of the game, I've replaced, like, everything connected to my internet. Which makes it even screwier that we're having those internet problems to begin with. Like, at this stage, my internet should absolutely be flying and super crisp and smooth. And yet it's not for some reason. So that is currently what I'm trying to, like, struggle my way through this at the moment. Some streams, I have the best streams ever. Like, I don't have any fallout. I don't have any sort of weird problems with it whatsoever. And then other streams, my system just, like, dry heaves. And I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? Does Snab have a mother? Technically, everybody has a mother. So I guess Snab would. I never thought about this deep into the lore of a strange demonic crab. But I don't know. So anyway, just know that I am doing so much on my end to try and make the internet work and work as the best I possibly can. Like, I kind of, like, moved heaven and earth to try and fix this and make things work. So I promise you, like, the lack of streams and also the issues with the streams, if it were up to me, I would have, like, the cleanest, most, like, fastest freaking internet possible, so I didn't have to worry about this kind of crap. I'm giving it the good old high school try, I guess. Pink is here. Hello, how we doing? I am currently cleaning up a gramophone. It's so weird to think, like, a gramophone is, like, a completely non-electrified, like, music playing device. It's strange. Like, absolutely no electricity whatsoever. You wind the thing up, it's got, like, you know, an elastic band or, like, elasticity on the inside of the dang thing. And then, like, a needle touches down onto the record, and then those signals are sent through the system, and then, like, the sound ends up curling its way through the gramophone and is exported through, like, this little thing here. No electricity whatsoever. It's kind of crazy how, like, they figured that out. Now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to use gramophone nowadays, because gramophones are not good in terms of audio quality. But just the fact that they were able to pull that off, and they figured out the sciences behind it. The Mad Tea Party. Yeah, exactly. Doing good, how about you? Doing fairly decent. The internet has not hiccuped or crapped out on me. Knock on wood. Snap, what goes first? The milk or the cereal? He says the way that he has his cereal is cereal, milk, bowl. On to the sandwiches! Hello. How you doing, Mad Hatter? What do you suppose is the more sensible to eat? 3 square meals a day or 4 triangular ones? I don't know, chat. Do you like triangular sandwiches? What would you like in yours, anyway? Some cucumber or cucumbersome cumbersome Q, rather. Shut the... So silly. What's funny is that I came across a Disney Alice in Wonderland video clip while watching your stream. Hey, how about that? Ow. Don't ask. Snab has his ways. There we go. Give me a quick second here. Which is better, Sans Pub or Mad Hatter? Oh, puns. Okay, Sans' puns or Mad Hatter's puns. I think just how chill Sans is. Like, Mad Hatter is just kind of obnoxious by design. However, with Sans, he makes puns because he's just, like, done with life. And he's just like, yeah, why the heck not? Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and just make as many puns as I want. You should try voice acting for the Mad Hatter. I think that'd be fun. I'm trying to remember. I think there was a an Alice in Wonderland type project that was being worked on at one point, and I did apply for it. It was like an Alice in Wonderland, except it was taking place in more of a cyber dystopia kind of thing, or yeah, definitely cyber dystopia. And it was kind of neat. I did attempt to try, and I did try to try out for the Cheshire Cat, but unfortunately I didn't get the role. In fact, the person that ended up getting the role was Michael Kovac, which, by the way, like, I was really excited to try out for that role, and then I saw the cast listing and I saw that Michael Kovac got it, and I'm like, oh, so I had 0 chance. Gotcha. I was just like, yep. Not gonna beat him. Congrats to him, like, by the way. Heard about that project. I have attempted to try and audition for a couple of things. The main problem is that I do feel like there, in some capacity, I do think there is a slight amount of nepotism involved when it comes to, you know, the industry that is voice acting. It's kind of like, you know, whoever you happen to know in the industry. So if you've got a lot of friends in there, people who can vouch for you, and if you have like a good reputation underneath your, you know, underneath you, then at the end of the day, you're probably going to end up being picked 10 times more than somebody who is like, you know, wet behind the ears, who is just kind of started out, who doesn't actually have a gigantic resume behind them. So it's kind of like the second you start getting roles, like, you know, that's when things kind of like start to take off for you, so to speak. Especially if you can keep up that momentum. This is kind of one of those, you just got to keep going, man. Got to keep trying. Paps, I burnt the water. How the fuck did you burn the water? There we go. So let me take a look at like the sky in here. Yep. That looks like stoner vision right there. Look at that. The soup is cold and the salad is hot. How is that even possible? One of my favorite frickin' lines ever. I don't know who wrote that, but like, they are clever SOBs. Matter of fact, the entire team that worked on the Sonic Boom television show, like, hats off to them. They came up with, they had some clever writers on their hands, especially people and writers who were like, clearly they had a lot of like license to do whatever the hell they wanted with the franchise, it seems. It really seemed like they were like, okay, look, Sonic Boom as a game franchise is dead. And, you know, we need to recoup somehow, so, I don't know, if you can make the show good, that's all we care about. You know, so, like, you do you. Whatever you feel like doing on the show, go for it. And they went for it, and they did it, and they made something amazing. It does kind of remind me of, you know, the story of the anime Ghost Story, Ghost Stories, I think is what it was called. By the way, for the record, you know, if you are under the age of like 18, I would not recommend watching this anime. So, you know, do not look it up. It is really not appropriate. Also, I'm not 110% certain that the content within that anime would be appropriate now. I mean, it wasn't appropriate back then, but I feel like nowadays specifically, shit that was in that anime would likely get you like hyper canceled. So, you know. Can we hear your audition for the cat, or is that not allowed? I don't think that's not allowed. I mean, you know, they didn't end up going for me. I just don't have the files currently on hand. Also, I don't really feel like, you know, displaying them out for people to hear. Maybe one day I'll take a bunch of my auditions and I'll, like, put them in a pack and let people hear them. School is on the 8th next month, and I'm not happy about it at all. In order to cope, drawing as much as I can. Nice. Your Pom-Pom-Purin plush. I don't entirely know. I've heard the name Pom-Pom-Purin. Every single time I switch hours, I'm getting a hug for good luck. Ah, it's precious. It's precious. I like it. Alrighty. Oh, Sanrio. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Put up a swing on these swings that I bought for no reason except... Wait a minute. Put up a swing on these swings that I bought for no reason except just to watch funny videos and play Hat in Time. A swing on the swings? Is that a proper sentence, or do you need to redo that? I'm confused. How do you put swings on swings? Swingception. Pom-Pom-Purin plush damn keyboard. Oh, okay. There we go. Swing set, and I did actually put a swing on the swing, and I'm on it right now. That's confusing. And also, that sounds very dangerous. I'm not entirely sure how it's dangerous, but it just sounds dangerous. Okay, there we go. Sophie under. But so, what is this? Is this like a? Is this where? It's not a teapot. It's just like a random thing. Is this where the water is? Is this where they keep the water? Not that dangerous. It's just a tiny swing on another swing. Swing again. Swingception. How many people make Inception references nowadays? Is that, like... is that out of touch? I feel like that might be out of touch. 4,000 yen in Japan. Biggest full-body plush looked into my soul and had to buy him. He gave me the death stare. And I knew right then and there that I was in danger, so I immediately bought him just so that I could satiate his bloodlust. Oh, that's cute. Kind of reminds me of something else that I have I've done on the plane before. Oh god, I need to get back to that video. I need to edit it together. It's been so freaking long. It's been several years. Problem is, I am so just swamped with work and also swamped with a lot of stress. But it's a fun video. I really gotta finish it. Third swing onto swing, and then... I don't know! You are your own free agent. You do you. Don't come crying to me when you fall off that swing and, you know, break your spine or whatever. There we go. It's the strangest freaking teapots. And what-oh bottle. There we go. Oh, come on, almost. Almost. Sent the pic on the random picture chat, so feel free to put it on stream. Let me take a look. Hi! Adorable. I love him. Like the tiny hat. There we go. Large jug rim. Oh, I wonder, would they be jerks and hide more dirt, like, directly underneath the rim? Probably. Whop! There we go. And I think that's the entirety of the jug. All right. Here. Let me see if I can head on over here. Takes a little bit of finagling for me to get, like, you know, stuff onto my desktop here. There we go. Just hanging out, waiting for the flight to start. Goodbye. There we go. What's my opinion on Mustache Girl? I think bad guy who doesn't realize he's bad guy and hates bad guys, but I don't know. But, like, you know, person who hates bad guys who becomes bad guy in process of the bad guys. I don't have too much opinions on it whatsoever. It's just like, okay. I don't know. I wouldn't even call her like a hero per se, because she was never really a hero. It's more a case of just like, oh, she was just a mild-mannered person, and then, like, you know, sipped from the jar of evil, and then suddenly just be like, oh, hey, I can take care of this. I can fix the whole world myself. There are so many weird-ass spoons here. Like, what even... Oh, that's a knife. I was just like, how do you use that as a spoon? Bit, that's a knife. Okay, well, it's Wonderland, and I can't tell what's left and right and up and down. Planning ahead in time with a friend who had ADHD, screaming at the entire time she was on screen for the introduction. Oh, that's nice. If fish plus fish equals fish, then fish minus fish equals no fish for you. But if you steal fish back, then you still have no fish since you ate fish purposely. Not supposed to make sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna default to true. I'm gonna go with true. I'm gonna go with like the Wheatley approach. It's like, yeah, true. I'm gonna say true. It's a paradox. It's not supposed to make sense. False. I'm gonna go with false. Hello. That reminds me of another Portal quote. I made it all up. I made it all up. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth, so I very much doubt they'd even want to see you. God, Portal 2 was freaking genius. I want Portal 3. I want a 3 related to anything, Valve. Please. I have absolutely no clue what you would do or how you would do it, but please. That is such a funny freaking series. Except I don't want, like, you know, a new Aperture Science flavored game to come out. I want Portal 3. Specifically. What is Trace? Like, I don't know what it is about Valve, but they have got a knack when it comes to finding really good writers. Weird ass fork. Bleh. All right. There's so much gunk everywhere. Criminy. Swing upside down. That is an easy way to crack your head open. Oh, hey, look, somebody was playing tic-tac-toe. And then immediately gave up. Dang. Okay, well, let's finish it, shall we? Alright. Stalemate. Been obsessed with Pom Pom Purin. I'm talking, most of the stuff I got was of him. Talking like plushie keychains, 2 pairs of socks, one of them, high highs, t-shirts, hair clips, lanyard. Jeez. At the very least, I hope that a bunch of that merchandise was like fairly reasonably priced then. There we go. Because that can go one of either ways. Either you find some place that has really, really good prices for things in Japan, or you find stuff that's like ridiculously overly expensive because, oh, you're a tourist. It was, don't worry. Okay, good. Bullion cubes. Oh, no. What, you guys don't like, you don't get into the habit of just grabbing a bullion cube, melting it down into some water, and then just drinking it straight? Mmm. Salt and gravy. What is my favorite character from Sanrio? Oh, that's... I mean, I don't know enough about Sanrio for me to actually, like, say for sure. Also, I don't really know the characters' names all that much. That's the problem, too. Like, even if I knew, like, a particular character, like, oh, like this one. But, you know, all I know is Sanrio. That's kind of the only one. Everybody else, I'm just like, I don't know, that one. I like cinnamon rolls, sugar bunnies, and my melody. Again, most of them I have not heard. I've heard of cinnamon roll, though. Cinnamon roll's adorable. Pom-pom fan all the way. Hey, hey. Because I'm not enough of a fan of the series to be able to say, like, conclusively, oh, I like that one. Cinnamon Roll is Nova's favorite. I love how cute he is, and I'm confused. Almost everyone thinks he's a rabbit. Obviously, he's a puppy. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was a rabbit. So I guess that shows how much I know. Of course everyone knows Cinnamon Roll. Of course. But he's adorable and he's a little marshmallow. Honestly, I don't look into the lore of Sanrio. What? Get off my back. Cinnamon Roll used to be a rabbit. He is a dog now. Aha! Vindication. I don't know if that's true or not, but it goes directly with my beliefs, so I'm going to say it's true. Doesn't look like a dog, though. Like, he looked like a bunny. If you watch the Cinnamon Roll movie, it explains his backstory, and everything also explains how his mother and father is the sky and the sun, and his siblings are the clouds. What kind of, like, godly scriptures, like the scriptures we given? Ah, yes. In the beginning, there was nothing. And then suddenly there was Cinnamon Roll, and everything was good. Sky puppy. Aw, cute. I don't know. I think a better question, one that I could actually answer, is like, what's your favorite Kirby character? Or, like, not even just Kirby character, but like Kirby enemy, Kirby anything, really. I mean, I always lean towards Kirby, but if I had to pick something else, it's either how, what is it, the big eyeball villain guys? Those guys are like really doofy, and they only have one eyeball, and that is really funny. I like them a lot. Other one would be King DDD, because it's freaking King DDD. There you go. Fan sub video of it, but not the whole movie, though. King DDD is good. Yep. Pom Pom was just adopted and is literally living a life of a normal puppy. Like, steals his owner's shoes, loves pudding, and hates the word stay. I don't know too many dogs that like pudding. To be fair, I have had dogs that are basically just like little trash compactors. You know what I mean? They'll eat literally anything. You have 18K likes. Oh, very nice. Favorite real character might be a tie between Cinnamon Roll and Mocha, probably Espresso. Coffee characters. Interesting. Cinnamon Roll is the most overpowered. Well, if there's like gods and deities and like, you know, living in like the heavens as a cloud, yeah, I would say that Cinnamon Roll is the most overpowered character. That sounds accurate. Cloud dog. Dog cloud. Okay, clean up with the jam. Clean it up. While your feet are thumping. Old references, old. Cinnamon Roll's Japanese voice actor is the actress who voices Amy Rose in the Sonic franchise. That's freaking cool. Be our guest. Be our guest. But Monsieur, you're drowning me. I am being waterboarded except standing up. Why are the tables covered in yellow stuff? What could possibly be yellow to cover the whole table? I don't... This is a table. There are only so many things that could be that shade of yellow and being on a table. I didn't want to think about that. Pom Pom has like little friends, like a hamster, a mouse, and a bird. Makes friends with and plays with them. Like, gonna cry if he was real. I would legit start crying and hug the boy. That sounds adorable. Everything about Sanrio characters sound adorable. Just like you're just 5 steps away from a diabetic coma. There's too much sweet. I think I'm gonna need the ladder for this, honestly. Karomi is technically in a gang. Oh, she used to have a sister that she would look up to. Ah, yes, I remember the gang violence of Sanrio. The factions would fight all the time. Something tells me that, like, this thing is going to be an obnoxious thing to clean. Like, way too many nooks and crannies on this. Another cut Sanrio character, Kogimian? What is that? Cute, rather. Oh! I was just like, what? They cut out a character? Why? Were they not cute enough? Also, these candles look partially like teeth. Kogi Mian. A wheat flour fairy. Oh, okay. No, seriously, these candles look a hell of a lot like teeth. Strange, like, misshapen teeth, but teeth nonetheless. Cappuccino and milk. I also keep forgetting how to pronounce his name, but he just likes to eat and sleep. That's my kind of people. Yes, please. Nap time. I found a Sanrio video of Cinnamon Roll and meeting each other. I don't know. I'm very like self-aware, like when it comes to like the mispronunciation of that one. Ah, God damn it! No! Let me clean you! Yeah. What? There we go. There is definitely, like, tiny little pockets all over this thing. There we go. Gotta watch the cinema movie. I'm not massively into, like, Sanrio stuff. Like, I appreciate it. I appreciate that it is a thing that exists. But I'm not, like, massively into it myself. It's kind of like one of those, oh, it's adorable, it's cool, it's neat. I'm happy people enjoy it, but then I'm not really interested in it myself. And you know what? That's okay. What is something that I've been thinking about watching recently, though? When you hug these Sanrio plushies, they feel so comforting. Like, Pom Pom has a total stress reliever. It is a total stress reliever. Every hug makes me melt, and it makes me love him even more. Ah. That's precious. Now, honestly, I have not really done a lot of stuff involved with, like, TV or movies or television. Well, actually, I literally said television. TV or movies or things like that. Haven't really done much with that in a very long time. Though, the other day I was over at my parents' place, and my dad was watching Back to the Future. And, like, I don't know what it is about that movie, but if it's running, like, I feel completely compelled to stop everything I'm doing and just, like, glue myself to the television. I'm just like, oh, he's Marty and Doc. Oh. Even though, like, I've watched the movies, like, back and forth over and over and over. Love that film, man. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? Okay. Cloth is done. What kind of strange-ass teapot are you? How many spouts do you need, sir? Greedy little snipe! It's like an octopus thing. Slime Rancher OST. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to when Slime Rancher 2 is like fully out of early access. It's a walking teapot. It is! And it's just standing there, menacingly. Can you imagine, like, I mean, like, you know, there are several reimaginings of Alice in Wonderland, except the fancifulness and all that jazz has been taken out. And, like, you know, you get to see the world for how ugly it would actually be, including all of, like, the absolutely creepy freaking characters that exist. Yeah, you start to realize, like, oh yeah, a lot of the characters in this game would be terrifying to be with. What is Snab's favorite food, Souls? Full stop. Remember, he is a soul snatcher as well. So he feeds on the souls of people. I'm fairly certain he's not doing that right now. Hopefully. What do you want? A bagel with the souls of the innocents? Or, wait, 2 bagels or no? Ooh. I'll go with 2 bagels. Actually, I haven't had a bagel in a really long time, now that I think about it. Snap secretly absorbing your soul. I'm sure we're fine. Nothing to worry about. I think, like... Oh. Scones! 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 Hello! The heck are you on about? Explain yourself, you crazy man. First there's here with their here's and then they're gones. They're delicious. Stop making fun of me. Anyway, no, I think a couple of months ago I finally actually had like a bagel with cream cheese because everybody and their dog is just like, oh, it's the perfect combination. But I've never like been in a situation where I have had a combination of like bagels and cream cheese in the same place. And so I went to a function that actually like actively had like bagels and cream cheese, and then I ate and devoured. I understand the hype now. It's good shit, man. It's good stuff. There we go. Spout is clean. How are we doing on drop frames? No drop frames today. What the heck? Why? Stop giving me false hope, internet. Alright. There we go. Is it weird that I want this teapot? Oh, hello. I see you. Just chilling out. Watching me wax things up and like clean things up. How about your lazy butt get down here and try and spray things with me? I don't know how a cat would do that, but, you know, it's a Cheshire cat. He must have a way to do that. Okay, let me grab this guy. Hidden scuzz. Yeah. Yep, that's a Cheshire cat. He's very techno-colored. I don't know, I like it. It's kind of insane and demented, and I enjoy that. I saw him move his head. He's just sleeping. He's chilling. He's having a good day. Why does Marlet remind me of Papyrus? Remind me... Oh, hello, there's a Kylan here. Hi.
Oh, how'd I end up in here?
Good question. Who are you?
Hello.
Who are you?
I got absorbed into a huge game.
Hello. Yes.
It's 4 Foundations.
Okay, and what is that?
It's a stupidly in-depth space simulator.
Ooh. Okay. How stupidly, in-depth are we talking?
Entering the economy has
What
the economy is a true supply and demand.
Well, I could barely hear you over your robot friend being loud.
Yep, sorry, I just entered a new system. She was just letting me know.
Beep boop. Okay.
As if deliberately flying through a jump gate wasn't obvious enough.
Now entering slip space. You don't say!
Stupidly in-depth, as in the economy is really in-depth.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
There's actual supply and demand. Nobody can do anything if there are not the resources to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ships just don't appear out of nowhere.
That's kind of neat. So, is this online, or is this like very much a closed-off ecosystem?
It's a single-player game.
All right, good stuff. Well, that means there must be ways to. Okay, now I'm just thinking about the spiffing Brit going and breaking the game. It's like
Sorry,
I found infinite money glitch.
Uh-oh. I love infinite money.
Yeah.
If only I had infinite money.
Wouldn't that be nice? God, where's the IRL infinite money glitch? Can somebody help me out with that?
I could buy my own cruiser.
There. Let's have a heart-to-heart, lass, says Nova. Cheshire Cat reminds me of that dirty mud from Mario Sunshine. You know what? You're right. Yeah, he's got a very similar color palette there. Very crazy, techno color orange. And, pink and red. It's a very pretty color palette. Again, what were they doing on this tea party set? And this tea party table that caused this much strange barf-looking goop to show up.
They probably ate
Entering.
things.
What? They were all mad. That's what it was. They were mad. Fair. Well, I know one of them was. We can conclude that one of them was mad for sure.
Oh, I'm insane. There's no doubt about that.
I meant the Mad Hatter, but thank you for clarifying. Thank you for confirming.
Yee.
Yee! Do-do-do-do.
Take my hand. Yee.
Here we go.
Bonus points if you know what that's from.
It's really familiar.
Leo and Satan.
Leo and Satan. Man! God, I haven't, like, Leo and Satan. That's the Newgrounds thing, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
Look it up at some point. It'll be funny. I think it was Oni who did it.
I do not remember if it's appropriate or not.
I wouldn't risk it. Look it up later.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I do remember, I think I did watch it. God. Oni cartoons. My God. Look, how far they frickin' traveled, man. Speaking of which, have you seen any episodes of Smiling Friends?
Negative.
I recommend you do. It's just demented enough. Water, earth, fire, trains. Long ago, there was peace between these four nations. Everything changed when the Train Nation attacked. Okay, and now we got a stack of hats going on here. What we got going on? Is that a bat? And whatever the heck that is.
X4 has an incredibly steep learning curve, but once you manage to wrap your head around it, it's pretty fun.
Well, that's good to hear. Trying to remember like what the most complicated game I've played in a while has been. Because I don't play a lot of complicated games nowadays. Shoot, that's a good question. I don't know. As of late, I've just been playing Hollow Knight. And that game is only about as complicated as a battle system can make a game, so... Yeah.
Nowhere close to Nidhogg, I'm afraid.
Nidhogg is absolute chaos. Unless you actually know how to play, in which case, like, you're a god at that game.
Get ready to play either the most precise fighting game created in the history of gaming, or the mindless button masher that a chimp with stump hands can play. Or both?
Both? I'm in the second camp. I just press buttons and pray.
I think that was the honest trailer for Smash Bros.
Oh, that's another game that I play. There are some crazy freaking people that can actually play really well with Smash Brothers. I got a couple of characters that I'm pretty good with, but, like, I don't know. For some characters, I just kind of randomly mash buttons and cross my fingers that it works out. What do you think would happen if the conductor tried to make an Avatar movie? Well, there'd be a lot more explosives. Do I even want to bring up that movie that we were talking about in the previous stream? I don't know if I do.
If it's a Disney movie, do not. This will not turn into a Disney stream again.
Hey,
I will not have this.
Disney streams are fun. Hush, hush. I enjoy them very much.
I don't know enough about Disney to be a part of the conversation.
Well, that's how you become a part of the conversation, is you learn things about Disney. That's what I like about our Disney conversations. You learn something new. There we go. No, I a couple of streams ago, I was talking about Oh, you know Skibbity Toilet, right?
Yes.
You know about the movie, right?
I had heard of it. I thought it was just a joke.
At first, I was also like, okay, what crackpot frickin' like, satire Twitter account made this up? And then I was just like, oh wait, no, this is a legit source. Fuck.
That's hilarious.
God damn it.
Yes!
We're doomed.
Now we're talking.
I don't know. It's like, is it gonna work out? Probably not. I guess I've been surprised before. Yummy Disney drama. I mean, I'm not really interested in the drama. I'm just interested about fun facts. The candle for Beauty and the Beast got drowned earlier. Yep. Sucked out his life force. Oh, speaking of that one, I think I see a chunk of it that has not been cleaned. Yes. Hup. There we go. Wha! Okay, back to the hats. I'm still a tiny bit disappointed that, like, earlier when I was playing this game and we were doing the whole, like, the caterpillar's nest area. Like, the caterpillar was in a cocoon, and we never got to see the caterpillar, like, actually emerge from said cocoon. That makes me upset. I'm just like, oh, come on. That would have been a great finale. Where the heck? How many little spots are... Oh. There we go. Okay. Why did you drown him? Because it was required. It was needed.
Because I thought it would be funny.
Because he's fancy. Sometimes you just have to force somebody to take a shower, man.
And it was funny for a little while.
Mm-hmm. For a little while. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. What even are these? It's like knitting needles or some crap? That Mad Hatter is a fancy son of a gun, I'll tell you that. Ding. Be our guest, be our guest. Starts choking on... Yes. I see no issues with this. What is this? Oh, it's a needle case.
Drugs! Wait, wrong needle.
I don't know. We're currently in Wonderland, so... Let's not discount that.
Probably needed one to get there, eh?
Yeah, probably. Of the hallucinogen variety. Stiletto tool.
I love deliriumine.
There we go. Clean up the rim here.
Did that guy just greet me with a friendly smile? This faction hates my guts.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Ignore. Send bombs. There's a theory that the man is mad because of toxic hat fume. Yeah, right. Yeah, what like the theory is that like the Mad Hatter is mad because they used to make like what was it? They used to put like lead lined hats and stuff, and like they used to make lead lined hats or something.
It was mercury.
Oh, Mercury, that's
Mercury
it.
was, or made the silver band along the side of the hat, and Mad Hatters would go mad because of mercury poisoning.
And that's a
Because
funny
they
concept, so I'm rolling with it.
touched it with their bare hands.
Jesus.
Oh,
Where's the frickin'
drank like 10 bottles of water yesterday.
Oh,
All
yeah?
of it came out of my skin.
What? Oh. Yeah, no, that's fair. For a second, I was just like, how about it? That's a weird way to put it, but yes. No, I agree. Yesterday was like warm as fuck. Absolutely maddening. And the worst part is that the rest of the week doesn't look like it's going to be any cooler either. Like, we're going to have slight reprieve whenever we get, like, a little bit of rain here and there. But that's about it. I know that, like, right now I am currently just, like, sheltering, got the AC running, and I am, like, getting myself some nice, cool beverages.
Lucky you.
Wow.
I mean, I'm in the same boat since I had today off.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that does remind me, though. Someone, again, friend recently had birthday, and one of the gifts that they got was, have you ever seen, like, Sharper Image products where it's, like, something that's really kitschy and dumb, but technically it's probably useful for somebody?
No.
Please tell me you mean, you see something goofy like, oh, hey, it's like, weirdly shaped Post-its and being like, who would need this? But then, like, there's one practical use for it and you're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Very specialized things.
Well, so he got this one gift from somebody and it is a little, like, neck-worn fan thing. And I'm not gonna lie, that thing is actually pretty freaking awesome, and I would get one myself if it weren't for the fact that, like, it probably makes you the most hated person on the bus. So basically what it is like, again, it's like a neck-worn thing, and it's got, like, vents traveling, like, all up. Yeah, all up the sides of, like, your face and your head. My tracker is just hands. There we go. Yeah, like vents that are traveling all up this part of your neck, and then it, like, sucks the air in from the sides here and here. So it, like, come on, hands. Anyway, from here and here, so it just kind of like, and then blows it up at your head. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty friggin' awesome. I wore it, and I was just like, oh, this is a sensation I've never felt before. Oh! And that's awesome. But again, if you were to wear this out in public, I'm pretty sure you'd get beaten. I don't know, a single person, like, they'll see this and immediately they'll just be like, oh, look at this asshole. Look at this douchebag. It doesn't help that the thing is, like, it's not ridiculously loud, but it's loud enough that, like, if you were sitting next to somebody, that they would just be like, can you not do that? Can you, like, cut that shit out? Please and thank you. I'd appreciate it. There we go. One of my friends is trying to do an Amazing Digital Circus play. Got cast as Kane, and I'm excited because I get to yell out my lungs. Heck yeah, man. That's one of the best things of the performing arts. Full reign to just be able to shout as loud as you want because, see? It's performance art. Look at me being productive. Ah! we go. Guess what I just found out? What did you just find out? Oh, by the way, that neck-worn fan thing. It reminded me so much of the Dyson headphones. Have you heard of those?
Negative.
Ooh, there's an episode of Dank Pods specifically on those. They're a cool and hilarious concept. Again, it's headphones that have like ear filter or like filters on the left and the right ear cups, and then they suck air in, and then it gets funneled to your mouth, and there's like a mouthpiece, and it's basically like a mobile filtration system. And it's neat, and apparently it does work, but the issue is that one, apparently the air smells pretty thick of chemicals for a long time before you can finally like break it in. Two, it's kind of rickety and not very like stiff, which makes sense because the thing's got to be able to fit around everybody's type of mouth, and that's not an easy thing to do. And three, the thing makes a hell of a lot of noise. And like, you know, there is like noise dampening in the headphones themselves, like that there's actual noise cancellation in it, but that only works for you, not for anybody else around. And like I said, people gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
Like, get a look at this guy, can't deal with the New York air, fuck you. There. It's another one of those things where I'm like, I'd like to try it, but God knows I'm not owning it. There's Amazing Digital Circus popsicles. Like actual ones or strange bootlegs? Popsicle, branded popsicle. Okay. There's one more little like there we go. Oh, apparently the band needs to be cleaned too. Where?
She likes cloth. That's a good band name.
She likes cloth. There you go. The ones with gumball eyes. Those are the only popsicle, like, you know, character popsicle things that I think of nowadays. The ones with the eyeballs that are, like, way off center, like...
Derp.
Derp! SpongeBob, what happened to you? Like, it's to a point where it's almost a sin to have those eyeballs at the exact heights. Like, if they're actually, like, the correct height, that should be corrected at the factory immediately. Yeah, I think that's basically clean. That makes perfect sense with King. Oh no, Kings have to be completely normal. To make it fair, Kinger's eyeballs need to be like actually like straight and not lopsided. There we go. Okay, we're on the final stretch of this little tea party of ours. No. Yes! Make Kinger's eyes straight again. Do it! I want his eyes to be completely normal. At least in the context of these popsicles. Because it would be funny. I would be laughing my ass off. I want it. Please. I am being handed several ladders. Good God. I want to know, like, how is it that I am about to pressure wash a plate with cheese on it? How does that work? Snap, what do you think? He says he wants his own popsicle. I think that could be done. And it could be just as goofy. I have an ice cream machine. Oh, you mean like an actual like ice cream making machine? One of those things? If you do, rad. Come to think of it, I don't... Unless I've been to some ice cream, like, shops, but I don't know, have I ever had freshly made ice cream before? I must have at some point. I just don't remember when. That's got to be some good stuff, though, man. Freshly squeezed ice cream. Oh, Mad Hatter's back. Much hair informs me that in educated circles, scones rhyme with bones, like scones, not sconies. Okay, he's been saying it like sconies, but I've been saying it normal. Mad Hatter, you need to like project that somehow to me, man. Either forget what I just said or what I said earlier. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to forget that all this conversation happened. Got it free from Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts were making ice cream? Weird. Were they making, like, ice cream sandwiches using some of their cookies? If that's the case, that's awesome and very productive. And now I want to just make Girl Scout cookie ice cream sandwiches. Look at all the sprinkles. What's some random freaking household appliances that I either own or have been thinking about owning? You know, during my whole 3D printing escapades, one of the things that I was thinking about buying for myself was you can buy a... So... There's a thing in 3D printing where if you get a roll of filament too wet, and I mean like if you keep it exposed in even slightly moist environments for too long, the roll itself can become an absolute nightmare to print with. Because it turns out plastic, it's one of those things that just kind of absorbs moisture in the air incredibly well. Especially the type of plastic that 3D printers use. So, your best bet is to try and keep it in an environment that is as dry as possible, and also maybe keep, like, you know, one of those, like, silicone packet things. You know, like, one of those things that you find in, like, a packet of beef jerky or something. Or, like, you know, dried meats. Keep one of those things in with your, you know, with your 3D printer filaments to try and keep them dry. However... You know, nobody's perfect, and sometimes in some situations you just can't make a watertight seal on a piece of, you know, on a roll of filament. So there are people that have tried to come up with different means of drying out the filament. And there was a time where I was thinking about buying one of those like fruit dehydrator machines. I'm sure you guys know what those are. You know, like the ones where you like you slice some oranges and then you put them onto the dryer and then it dries for a long time and bada bing, bada boom, you've got some orange crisps afterwards. There are some people online that have DIY'd themselves like filament dryers by taking those little shelves of those dryers, cutting out the middles of them, and then basically just like fitting the filament into the entire sphere thing. Apparently it works. I'm going to grab some of the mix I have and throw it into my next ice cream mix and see what comes out. Ooh, nice. Oh, you sold over 1,000 cookies and you got it. Okay. I was just like, why are the Girl Scouts using ice cream machines? That's confusing. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? I'll try and make ice cream of it. I am an absolute bitch when it comes to Thin Mints. I cannot help it. Thin Mints are absolute... there's something magical about Thin Mints. Like, just the right hit of mint and chocolate, whether it be the chocolate wafer on the inside or, like, the chocolate coating on the outside with the minty inside. What about you, Kyle? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh, God, I really like the coconut and chocolate drizzle one.
Ooh,
or caramel drizzle.
Trying to remember if I ever had that. I don't think so.
Otherwise, I'm a sucker for the shortbread cookies.
Yeah,
That
short.
and a cold, tall glass of milk is hard to beat.
Yep. I like the shortbread cookies. Problem is, I am like a glutton when it comes to like strong flavors. So for me, like I need a stronger hit than shortbread. But in the right circumstances, in the right like environments, shortbread, delish. Have you heard of Raspberry Rally? It's a Girl Scout cookie that we only sold for 1 year. I have an extra box. Would you like it? What year was that? And how expired is it? I'm not going to buy expired cookies.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Big fat nope there. I'm trying to remember, like, I do have, like, I have a collection of sodas in, like, bottles that is currently stashed in my closet at the moment. That is about the weirdest I'm going to be when it comes to expired food. Last year, and it's still fresh. I'm not curious enough. Also, I feel like if it was good enough, they probably are going to, like, re-release it eventually, so... Not too butthurt about it. But anyway, I actually do. I have a collection of soda bottles, like 20-ounce bottles, that's like sitting in my closet. I used to keep a collection of cans as well, but then I learned something. Now, first of all, I'm collecting all of this for like memorabilia's sake, and also like there is actually a market of people that sell like aftermarket soda. Especially soda that has been sitting around for extendedly long periods of time. Because there's some wackadoo crazy people that will go ahead and buy that soda either to drink it or just because they want to have it on the shelf. You know, that kind of thing. So I'm keeping some cans of some stuff that well, not cans, bottles of things that I consider to be kind of like interesting timepieces, so to speak. I used to keep cans, but I learned something about keeping cans of soda, and that is you cannot keep cans of soda for a very long time. I discovered that, you know how soda is like, it's filled with carbonation and like acidic properties and like sugar and all these things that wear through things over time? Yeah, that doesn't really keep well in cans. Eventually, the soda, like, it eats through the inside of the can, and, like, you'll end up getting like these little micro holes inside of the can where it's starting to like bubble its way out. And I found that out by coming into my collection one day, looking at the shelf and being like, where did all this soda come from? Which can exploded? And I looked at all the cans and I was just like, huh, none of them exploded. None of them are open. But mysteriously, there's like 1 or 2 cans here that are like oddly empty. I'm just like, what happened? Yeah, I guess like eventually the soda eats its way out of the can. So yeah, there's your fun fact. However, the same cannot be said for plastic bottles. Apparently, plastic bottles hold up a lot longer. One, because they're actually a little bit thicker than the aluminum that they use for making like aluminum cans. And 2, plastic is just one of those abominations that we invented that is very difficult to eat through. So, yeah, it actually holds up pretty well to soda. So, yeah, I still have a collection of the bottles. Maybe one day I'll like post a picture of it, either on like the Discord or somewhere online, just to be like, hey, anybody want to walk through memory lane with me? I got a lot of weird stuff in here. I'm going to throw this question out to you guys since I just answered this question. What's one of the weirdest things that you have as a collection?
Childhood memorabilia? Does that count?
I mean, you know, there's some weird childhood memorabilia that could be collected, so do you have any specifics?
One of my favorites is this, what is it? It came with like a Tonka truck, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I was obsessed with this thing because, at the time I idealized the farm life. I still kind of do. And my uncle owns a farm. And funnily enough, this chunky plastic figure really looked a lot like my uncle.
Ah, that's awesome.
And as a kid, I remember it was so cool that some toy manufacturer thought that my uncle was so cool that they made a toy out of him.
Look, Uncle! Look, Uncle Kyle! It's you! They made you! That is precious.
I still have that thing, and I put it in the display case that came with the house when I bought it.
That's nice. Kumu says, I don't know if it's weird, but I'm just casually collecting a bunch of anime stuff like figures or plushies and a couple of Kirby's to start for a collection. It's not too weird. It's kind of fun. Weirdest thing for me would be these toys from Mexico called neonate babies, and I have over 100. What the ever-loving hell is a neonate baby? I feel like I'm about to, like, somebody's gonna throw a Ligma joke at me. What the heck's a neonate baby? Very strange. What do they do? What are they like? Okay. I think frog lid still needs to be cleaned. This thing's weird. It's funny how we're talking about weird trinkets, and here I am trying to clean off weird trinkets. I feel it's very
The Tonka
very
truck's long since been destroyed, but I still got the figure.
I think that does remind me. I did me and my brothers and all that jazz. You know, we all have toys growing up, and one of the toys that I remember having was like this little like green race car. I seem to remember that my one specific brother was kind of the owner of said car, but I'm fairly certain I have it now. I still have it, and it's sitting in a drawer somewhere. And I don't recall why it is that we kept it. We were just like This car looks super rad. We're going to keep it. Howdy, Gonk. How you doing? Google... Okay, Google it. They are adorable and said to be alive, and one of them is kind of like an elf on the shelf that stalks you. And what time I found putting shaving cream on my toothbrush and I didn't realize. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
So they're
that's
haunted.
amazing.
Are you alright? Are the spacemen dying?
No, thankfully.
Oh. Gong says that I just washed $20 down the drain. Well, did you enjoy washing $20 down the drain? Because, you know, it might be worth it if it was for a good cause.
I was more or less commenting on someone brushing their teeth with shaving cream.
Delicious. 5 mercenary grades. Mercenary grades? Brain hurt. What is that? What is that referencing to? Have a couple that might collect. Okay, came out when the creator died because she fell off her couch. That's freaking weird. That sounds like a haunted toy. It sounds like that's gonna come alive and, like, you know, eat your toenails while you sleep. Oh, TF2. Okay. I mean, hey, free games gotta be free somehow. You know what I mean?
Ba-da-da-da-da.
I don't know. I was about to do the James Bond theme for some reason. I'm just like, that's not TF2. Bum 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 ba da 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 da.
There you go. Knew you had it in you.
Right, I know the TF2. Though I know TF2 a lot more through, like, the media that they've created. And also that the internet has created, but, you know. Gmod videos. Consume my soul. I have one that looks like a space, like space. One day I dropped it, head popped up, put it back on. Now I feel like the eyes are just watching me everywhere, but I don't care. That's haunted as hell. Gmod videos? Do you mean the skippity? Out. Out now. You have said the forbidden thing.
Why? We said it earlier. They're making a friggin' movie out of it.
That's fair, yeah. we did say the forbidden word earlier, so yeah. This is what your brain looks like 0 hours of sleep in 11 and a half hours. Man, that reminds me. Last night, I was trying so hard to fall asleep, but my brain was just going burr. I was just like... It's just like, shut up! Shut up!
Hold on a minute. I thought the forbidden word...
Hold on. I thought the forbidden word was... What have we learned?
Huh?
You disappeared for a second.
Who are you? Why am I here?
Don't worry. Everything will make sense in a little while.
Yep, if you say so.
Amogus. Oh, yeah. I'm past that. Whatever. Everybody can make their funny emoji jokes. It's fine. Or, no, not emoji. Amogus jokes. Amogus jokes. Not emoji jokes. The Emoji Movie killed emojis for me. Well, to a certain extent.
I was so busy, doing that bit that I completely forgot what I was doing.
Oh, we were talking about, like, you know, the cursed words that we should not say. Like the, you know, like Skibbity movie.
Oh yeah.
Which,
No,
you know,
not in regards to that. I knew that entirely. I was talking about what I was doing in the game.
oh, right. Well, you said it
I
yourself.
admitted
That
to
game's
doing
pretty
it
involved,
and I
so.
forgot what I was doing in the game.
You completely forget what you're doing in game. Suddenly, like, you lose all of your resources and be like, what? What happened? Everything's gone so wrong. I'm going to make a snap of popsicle. Which flavor should it be? A snap of popsicle? What the heck? What are you making?
Grape! Make it grape flavored!
I second that. Make it grape flavored. I was in the auditorium watching a play, and some kid decided to yell skibbity while it was quiet. Yeah.
Yep, that checks out.
I mean, here's the thing. I remember where, like, the skibbity meme came from, and, like, it came from, like, one particular creator who I've watched his stuff before. Like,
yes!
yeah, like, I'm actually familiar with his stuff, and, like, honestly, early on with the whole skibbity thing, I was just like, you know what? The kids are all right. Because I was just like, yeah, it's like that they like shit posts just as much as I do. That's great. I get it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's kind of intentional, like, you know. And I think like that slowly it got worse. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say worse, not worse and worse. It was more like, I don't know. It was the second I started seeing like 7-year-olds doing the skippity toilet thing, and, like, you know. That was the moment where I was like, oh, I think we got a problem on our hands. It's like, I'm all for a gag or a joke or some, you know, like brain rot. Brain rot is good, but we're feeding brain rot to 7-year-olds.
This might be becoming a problem.
Yeah, a little bit. Is that the guy from Fortnite?
You mean Spider-Man from Fortnite? You mean Thanos from Fortnite? You mean the Amogus from Fortnite?
You mean the Master Chef from Fortnite? You mean... I mean, everybody's from frickin' Fortnite at this point. You mean the vegetable guy from Fortnite? Vegeta.
Speaking of games with weird crossovers, the next game that's doing a whole bunch of different crossovers is Dave the Diver.
Yep. What?
Dave the Diver?
Oh, Dave the Diver. I didn't hear that. Okay. What's Dave the Diver?
I think it's like a side-scrolling adventure game with like sushi bar management on the side.
That's weird.
I'm not sure, but they started doing a crossover. First was Dredge, second was Godzilla. Now the third one's a weird anime diving game.
Okay.
It's doing all of the crossovers, I guess.
I mean,
Dredge makes sense. That's another fishing game.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla's just kind of... okay, I can kind of
Why
see
not?
it.
Why the heck not?
The anime diving game, of which I've never heard anything about, it's like, okay, now it's getting ridiculous.
Found out that Gordon Ramsay is in Fortnite, apparently. Are we sure about this? If that's the case, that's awesome. I've always wanted to tell, like... I've always wanted Master Chief and a Master Chef all in one room. Where's the lamb sauce? Frickin' legend and a half. There we go. What even is most of this stuff? Oh, okay, apparently this is a sugar pot. Okay, could have fooled me. Everything in this game just looks like, yup, funny. Actually, I think it'd be funny if there was a pepper pot, too. Just be like, yeah, we put that in our tea all the time. Alright, let's clean up this hourglass. I've been kind of waiting on it because, you know, hourglass, my bread and butter. Ooh. What scenario would, like, they need an hourglass for, though? What, they only have a limited amount of time to drink their tea? Why are you making this a sport, Mr. Hatter?
That makes sense for the Wonderland.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's fair.
Why would they time it? Because madness. That's why.
I need to stop asking questions of Wonderland. They're not going to give me any good answers. Is that a timepiece? Yeah, right? See, there is some really, really angry, like, you know, hourglass salesman or hourglass maker who are just like, no, it's an hourglass, you assholes. No, it's not spaceship fuel. I don't know where you're getting this from. God damn it. Hey, Hat Kid, we found one of your missing timepieces. No, she's gonna break it. Somebody's gonna come in and break it. Timepieces are an interesting MacGuffin in that game, though. They're just like, they kind of do whatever they need to do to advance the plot. Being like, oh, hey, yeah, they happen to be able to be stored in certain objects. They can break, but they can also reverse the time and, like, you know, put themselves back together. They can also, like, you know, the timepiece shards, if you they can shatter and then scatter into several pieces and then go find them, and then they put themselves back together and, like, stitch them together. Kind of just do whatever they need to do in order to progress the plot. Take your timepiece before Hat Kid does, and then you can have her sold. I don't think that's how that works. Anyway. Also, I'm looking at this hourglass. This looks like it has some sort of, like, dark energy in it now that I look at it. Hatter, what are you doing? Color me concerned. Okay, now I just gotta take care of the top. Whoop. 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 And here I go. Making things 10 times harder than I need it to. Ta-da. Happy, happy, very unbirthday. Alright. Alright. I think now it's time to clean this cheese off and see what happens. I must know. I'm calling shenanigans. This is not real cheese. Look, I've heard of, like, some cases where, like, if you've got particular dry cheeses, you can like cut off the the disgusting moldy part of the cheese because like just by the way that it is created, it like the toxicness doesn't like seep into the rest of the cheese. So like technically, yeah, if you take off a layer of the cheese, then maybe it would be safe. But like this is getting stupid. I know it's Wonderland. I shouldn't be saying anything, but shut up. Cinnamon Roll versus Snap. I don't know what kind of power Cinnamon Roll has. I don't know. In my highest hopes, I kind of just hope that both of them become friends. Real power Cinnamon Roll has is that she can fly. He can fly, rather, and has a family. That's literally it. I think Snap would win in that case, then. Because Snap has friends, and also he can, he can claw people's faces off. If he wants to. Or steal souls. Whichever one's most convenient for him. Alright. Okay, where's the rest of the stinky cheese at? There we go. That is a clean slice of cheese. Hurrah. Okay. Look at all the things we've cleaned. So pleasant.
Is it weird that I've given up piloting on my own ship and I'm now just standing behind the pilot that came with the ship when I bought it?
No, I don't think that's too weird. Why would that be weird?
The other weird thing is this ship only has one seat.
Interesting.
I'm just kind of standing in a hallway.
Just monitoring him. Just making sure everything's alright. You flying alright, son?
Actually, I'm managing the rest of my fleet.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
I'm like standing behind him with an iPad.
Right. Just stand there. They start sweating. Start attempting to do their jobs like, harder than they've ever done them. Oh god, the boss!
You're my personal pilot for the time being. Also, were you just standing in that closet the whole time?
Gotta love NPCs. NPCs are fun.
I know it's a teleporter, but whenever I'm in flight and I step away from the controls, he just pops out of the teleporter and takes the controls.
Oh, neat. And very convenient.
The weirdest thing is, whenever I try to use the teleporter, I can't go anywhere. It's supposed to be an intership teleporter, so where does he go? Does he just stand in there while I'm piloting the ship?
Canonically, I'm going to say that yes, because I think that's fun. I think that's goofy. I like that. Snap versus Disney. Disney wins. End of story. Disney always wins.
There's supposedly 3 other people on the ship too, but I have yet to see them. Power word scrunch?
Power word scrunch? What?
Oh, you don't... It's a D&D joke.
Oh. I was like, what did you say? Squiggly Spooge?
There's a series on YouTube called Wizard Wars, and it's all these people coming up with all these different weird spells.
Okay. Huh.
I am going to catch you. Well, good luck catching up with me. I cast Tungsten Ballsack.
Oh, I think I've seen some of those videos, mostly on like TikTok. I cast Testicular Torsion.
I cast Instant Brazilian Wax. Huh?
I love those videos. They're great. Nova says, how? Do you know Disney? I don't think we need to ask that question. Anything versus Disney. Disney win. And not because I have, like, you know, I'm not in love with Disney or anything. Basically, you know, that they've got enough money that they can, like, afford any lawyer. I know of Disney, and I know they're the reason why Ghibli is able to have movies in America. I don't know a lot, basically anything else. Basically, you know, they have kind of a monopoly on goddamn everything. Like, you trace anything back to, like, their roots, and it's probably coming from Disney at this point. Very few companies outside of Disney own much of anything. And that's the scary bit. In one way or another, we're all probably employed by Disney somehow. So you're just like, anything versus Disney. Ah. Nintendo can be traced back to Disney. Nintendo has worked with Disney. So, although, Nintendo has worked with Universal with their theme parks, so that kind of goes, like, counterintuitive with Disney. I don't know, like, even if you're working counterintuitive with them, like, in one way or another, you are probably doing something for the mouse. And that's what sucks. Protests don't do a lot in the grand scheme of things. Like, they work to certain extents, for sure. Like, they absolutely work. They work with getting the ball rolling and, you know, keeping people talking. And protests are good, don't get me wrong. But direct impact on stuff, harder to do with a protest. So, like, you could try and protest Disney themselves, but you're probably also going and spending money on something that, you know, that money will eventually be funneled up to Disney in some way, shape, or form. And that's the problem. Okay. So this is some kind of a dessert plate. Disney versus Disney. You know, funny enough, that probably does exist in the courts somehow. Who wants to bet that, like, Disney sued another company who turned out to be a subsidiary of Disney? Just being like, do you guys want to just, like, I don't know, trade wallets or something? We could save a lot of time with this one. Up. And the Mad Hatter's back. Scodies, Scodies, Scodies! Or Scones, Scones, Scones. I don't know which one. Speak to me, Mad Hatter. Good for your bones! And how you've grown! Yeah.
I gotta do a couple of things. I'll be back.
Okie dokie. Speaking of which, fret not, child. I'm certain the growth spurt lay just around the corner. Yeah, right. Well, I'm currently teensy tiny eeny weeny. Yellow polka dot bikini. Ah! Anyway. Because that reminds me, what commercials were those? Was that Yoplait or whatever the heck? They were advertising, it was like a brand of yogurt, I think, that were just like, hey, look, if you eat yogurt for a certain period of time, it's a weight, it helps you lose weight. And then later on down the road, you might be able to fit in that, in the bikini swim gear that you've wanted to wear for so long. Ragatha versus Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann! Sorry, I didn't actually leave.
Oh, hello.
I was finishing something up, then I'll be leaving. Well, my mom had a Raggedy Ann.
Well, it's weird because Raggedy Ann and Ragatha are Ragatha is literally based on, cartoons and, stuff like Raggedy Ann, so. I like that my footsteps, it sounds like I'm walking on, like, Chinaware. It's very immersive. I like it. Hey, jerkwad. Okay, how we doing? So this is like a dessert tray that is built directly into a tree, apparently. Interesting. Strange choice, but sure. Ah, hey. All right. We're good. I can't help but notice that, like, on each one of these trays, there's, like, a new dessert. So I'm looking forward to seeing what new desserts we're going to run into. Mustache Girl versus any Disney villain. Is it weird for me to say that I feel like... I'm not going to say Mustache Girl is, like, a poser or anything. But it genuinely feels like she's really naive in the power that she wields, and also, like... in her, like, I don't know, in her tasks and what she plans to do. And I feel like there are smarter, more conniving Disney villains out there that could probably, like, they could probably, like, work circles around Mustache Girl. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so she might have the ability to use the timepieces. So there's plenty of, like, other Disney villains out there who not only have the ability to do incredible feats of magic and, like, power, but also they have, like, really handy and, like, strong control over their abilities, and they know, like... Oh, also, they have a lot more, like, conviction to, like, do the tasks that they've set themselves out to do. So for me, I feel like, while Mustache Girl might be tough, I feel like she's probably going to be out-toughed by at least somebody within the Disney roster. I don't know who, but I'm sure there's probably a Disney villain out there somewhere that is probably, like, much fiercer and much more intimidating and terrifying than Mustache Girl. I don't know how to spell his name, but the guy from Beauty and the Beast that killed the Beast. Oh, so Mustache Girl versus Gaston. Oh, no, Gaston would die. No question. Ooh, no one dies like Gaston. You know, I'm just imagining, you know, there's Hercules. That was a Disney film. And then there's literally a movie with gods in it. You know, if Mustache Girl was going up against frickin' Hades, I get the feeling that, like, she would lose. That's just my thought. Going to send that to my friend at midnight. Alright, go for it. Okay, how far along are we here? Oh, there's so many little, like, dips and dives in this thing. So many little hidden spots that I need to clean. Yeah. Going to see a chaos I can create. Probably going to spam it to my group chat. Also, Hat Kid versus Kid Simba. I think Hat Kid has got a lot more, like, deadly powers than Kid Simba. Like, Hat Kid beats up Mafia for breakfast, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, Kid Simba constantly got himself in trouble and constantly had to keep getting bailed out by his father. Lion versus a child. Now, in normal circumstances, the lion absolutely wins. Well, we're not talking about normal circumstances now, are we? Do 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 bum ba-dum 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 bum ba-dum bum bum bum. Okay, bottom of that one is pretty much taken care of. Ah, it's like, where do I go from here? Like, which one do I do first? I guess the croissant. Croissant. Okay, let me go grab it out of the ladder. Yeah. There. That way I have an easier time getting up here. And Yarny is here. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Currently cleaning a tree. Surprisingly, we have not had any kind of weird internet hiccups today, which, again, shocking considering the fact that yesterday it was so bad. Still trying to think, what the heck could cause it? Kind of under the impression that, like, might be a junction box somewhere, honestly. Like, my thoughts are, it's been incredibly warm for the past, like, couple of weeks here, so perhaps, well, okay, not really for the past couple of weeks. I mean, like, for, like, the last 4 days or so. It's been particularly warm, so I don't know, perhaps, like, something's overheating somewhere. Currently having snuggles with my dog, who is the international good boy. Heck yes, they are. Big ol' stretch. What do you think would happen if Snatcher and Scar teamed up? I'll tell you what would happen. A hell of a musical number! That'd be fun to see. Just prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. What would you call it? I don't frickin' know. Your contract. Be prepared for your contract. I don't frickin' know. I got nothing clever for that one. Anyway. Croissant. There we go. Okay.
Merde.
Plate clean. Merde! Hello.
Pardon my French. Yes, I learned how to swear in French just so I can make that joke.
Français. You seem like a wholesome blue man. Here's a sub. Thank you, Riva. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm partially wholesome, but then I say the F word sometimes. So, watch out for that one. But I do try to keep a little bit of a wholesome energy. I was thinking about that the other day, like, what kind of energy do I bring to the table? And for me, I think I bring wholesome vibes with a core of chaos. I think it's a good way to put it. It's there. Everything's cool, calm, and collected. Until suddenly it's not! Anyway. Surely your stream was better than mine today. Goddamn OBS. It's not fun. Sometimes OBS can be not fun. Though, OBS, like, back in the day, whoa. I mean, it was open broadcast and open source software. Ugh. You really got to work to understand how open source software works sometimes. OBS a long time ago was not as user-friendly as it is nowadays. It's as user-friendly nowadays because of the work and dedication of a lot of very talented individuals. But now, like, so OBS is actually, like, pretty freaking decent, all things considered. Is it okay if I make a Snap song? Unofficially, you can. I can't stop you from doing that. Just go for it. Here we go. Better clean your plate or you will not get your dessert. Alright. How spongy is it under here now? Oh dear God. This thing is so freaking tall. Do you have an idea on what it should be? I don't know. I've given you details on what kind of, what Snap is. He's just like a tiny little ball of evil that doesn't actually act upon his power and evil. He just sits there angrily, snarling at you. I don't suppose you are chatting with that pressure washer. I don't know, Washi. What do you think?
Oh, that reminds me of a new game that's coming out pretty soon. Or maybe it's already out, I can't remember.
What game?
Date Everything.
I don't like the sound of that. What the heck?
Basically, you get a pair of magical glasses that if you focus it on an object in your house for long enough, it turns into a dateable figure. Whoops. I gotta... So I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Wrong category nonetheless. Oh, yeah, that's right. I am just chatting. I mean, I can have conversations while playing Power Wash Simulator. That is something that I can do. So, I'm not gonna be too bent out of shape about this. Originally, I was planning on just, having a just chatting stream. But I decided to change that when I realized that my internet problems are not as severe as I thought they were going to be today. Which is weird, because, God, they were terrible last night. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what these problems are. What is broken? What is happening? I'll eventually figure it out, I guess. But until I do... What would happen if Hat Kid decided to wear all of the hats at the same time? Chaos would happen. Chaos would ensue, for sure. I ate the problems, that's why it's fine. Somehow I doubt that. And if that's the case, if you ate the problems, that is one hell of a stomachache. God help me, these problems have been giving me nothing but headaches, so, if they're in your stomach right now, I feel bad for you, son. You have all the internet problems. And that's not fun. So what's some of the stuff that's been going on as of late? I do know that I've been doing some other stuff related to my 3D printing type of thing. And I'm not quite ready to show off anything, but I do have one thing that I've just finished up that's like really... It's kind of cool. But the problem is I'm learning my way around modeling things in such a way that they will actually look good as a 3D print. And I'm quickly learning that there's only so much detail that you can put in a 3D print before it just looks like a gargled mess. Oops. So, yeah. I'm working on that at the moment. And when I have something kind of neat that actually looks decent, I will show it off. It's weird because a lot of the stuff that I've been printing as of late are stuff that have just been made by other people. Like, the 3D printing community is honestly, like, really freaking nice in terms of how open it is. And that's how I think, like, you know, a big, strong community ends up being built. From a bunch of people who are really, really passionate about whatever it is that they're working on, who are just, like, picking stuff up and sharing it around. Now, obviously, there's limits to that. You know, let's be real. But, you know, I think sharing it around... I mean, even like, if it's sharing stuff around for pay, like, you know, just contributing to the environment, I think is a really good thing. Something that helps out. Honestly, that's actually one of the reasons why, now, you know, like, MetaQuest and all that jazz. And you know how, there's a bunch of exclusive games that are currently over on MetaQuest? Case in point, actually. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Hat could have made a collection of timepieces relatively easier if she just used the timepiece power as she collected them. Vanessa can't freeze you when you can bend reality. Yeah, but then we wouldn't have a video game. Plot holes. They exist. But oh well. What are you going to do? Anyway, here's one game that I really wish was not exclusive to Meta. Power Wash Simulator VR. I want that. That makes me sad. There are Jax fidgets that you can 3D print. What, Jax? So wait, Jax? Are you talking like... Are you talking like pickup Jax, or are we talking like Jax from Amazing Digital Circus? I'm curious about that. Yep, that's a cupcake, all right. The one that you love to hate. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. Hold on, I'm gonna make a note of that. Actually, let me just go to printables. Dang it. Okay, let me just look up 3D printing real quick. Where's the printables website? There it is. God. Search engines suck. I don't have that bookmarked anywhere. I really should. Okay. Well, out of curiosity, I'm going to look up... Actually, I'm going to look up TADC. See if anything pops up. Okay, something else popped up that I don't want to show on chat. But also tic-tac-toe. Lots of tic-tac-toe. All right. How about instead, I'll just look up Jax. Cool. None of these look right. Okay, great. Cult Lab. Okay. Speaking of Vanessa, where was she in the finale with Mustache Girl? I would have loved to... A chase sequence with Vanessa in the big castle. Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Here, let me look up... Jax 3D print. That doesn't help me at all. Wait. Sketchfab. It is a 3D printable Jax. Frickin' genius. I hate the internet nowadays, man. If it weren't for the fact that a lot of us, like, just already know about a lot of the websites that are, like, the good ones, we would be so frickin' cooked. I swear to God. Like, you can't use a search engine for anything. Makes me sad. Because I'm just like, I remember there were a lot of times where I made fun of all of those, like, you know, voice assistants on, on phones and stuff like that. And I was just like, why the heck would I need to do that? I can literally just go to Google or any other type of, like, search website, type in the thing that I want to find, and more often than not, it will show me exactly what I want, like, you know, in the search results. Why the heck do I need to worry about having some sort of digital assistant? Same thing with, like, you know, AI and, like, ChatGPT prompts. I was just like, that's useless, and also that takes a hell of a lot of energy when I can just go to Google, type in a search response, and, like, just find the information I need. Bada bing, bada boom. But now they're just like, no, we don't want to give you any search results. We want to give you, like, you know, stuff that... links from people that have paid us, and also useless crap that have nothing to do with what you search, but, you know, the links that we prefer. So annoying. I just want the internet to work. I want everything internet related to function. You know what I mean? That's it. I think that is a very basic request. Just like, hey, when I use the internet, I would like it to actually function properly and not give me all kinds of problems. Is it weird that I sleep with a Jack stuffed animal because the one of my friends says that's weird? I mean, they're kind of like, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus guys are kind of, you know, moving Jax in the direction of being some kind of a villain, or at least like a heel character. You know, somebody who's like supposed to be the one you're supposed to hate. And I'm sure for a lot of people they hear like, wait a minute, that's your comfort character? What the heck? Honestly, whatever. If you like a character, like a character. It's fine. I don't know if I would personally be interested in having a little stuffed animal of Jax, just because... No, Jax is not a character I personally want to associate with or, like, you know, have a deep, long-lasting connection to. No, he's kind of made of scumbaggery.
A creature of chaos.
That's kind of Jax. I don't know. He's kind of like... Well, you haven't watched Amazing Digital Circus, right?
I've seen the pilot.
Well, then you know Jax is basically the character who's just like, yeah, I've been here for a long time, and I'm really bored, so I'm going to make things so much more miserable for everybody else.
Yep. I did it because I thought it would be funny.
Yep. I just need some entertainment here, dollface. God damn it. Let me have fun. I have 3 comfort characters, while technically Jax... Oh, okay. Jax, Snatcher, and Haku. All of them are villains. I'm a little bit concerned, but, you know, you do you. Here, let's swap over to... Actually, we can use this guy.
You're about to receive a collect call from... Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Emperor Palpatine.
That was so good. Oh, the golden age robot.
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Who's they?
The hell's an aluminum falcon?
Oh, fuck. Oh, Who's they? What the hell's an aluminum falcon? if you don't get your butt back here, I'm gonna tell everybody what a bitch you were about that, you know,
Patamame or
your
Panda Bear or whatever the
Panda
hell.
Bear or
Panda
whatever.
Bear.
Oh, jeez, he's crying. Oh god, Robot Chicken had some bangers, I swear to God. What is it about, like, so I don't know who currently runs Adult Swim. Is it the same person who everybody has made fun of, who are not a fan of? I don't know.
Stopped paying attention when they started to bore me.
I don't know. I just remember, like, specifically, you know, creators of Robot Chicken. I'm trying to remember his name. Shoot. Seth Green or whatever the heck? Is that what's his name? God,
Seth MacFarlane?
No, not Seth MacFarlane. That's Family Guy. But anyway, no, he mentioned that, like, there were several times on Robot Chicken where they joked about, like, you know, the show being canceled over and over and over again.
Yeah, I know.
But the reason they made that joke was because they were actually on the brink of cancellation frickin' all the time. And the only thing that kept them alive was the fact that people wanted to see more Robot Chicken.
Yeah, he did not like Robot Chicken for some reason.
Right, because, you know, that's not fine comedy or anything.
Instead,
It's
he
just
thought
not
that
entertaining.
Tim and Eric was funny.
Yeah, we need more Tim and Eric. We need more Tim and Eric sketches. Please and thank you. God. Look, Tim and Eric, I've seen a couple of Tim and Eric sketches. Some of them are freaking classics. Every once in, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean?
Yup.
But it's just like, oh man, why would you prefer Tim and Eric over literally everything else on your repertoire? You have so much talent in so many different places, and they were just like, nope. No, we don't like these Robot Chicken folks. Get them out of here. Like, what are you... And it's kind of mystifying because they've actually got some really good talent now. Like, they got Smiling Friends, for God's sake. That's huge. So many people are talking about the Smiling Friends. Fun fact, during one of my years I did robotics, my team was called Robotic Chickens. Heck yeah, man. Nah. Come on. Plate. Play. There. Hip. All right, we're good. Trying to think. One of the things, like, on Adult Swim was I just like... Thing is, I didn't really watch a lot of Adult Swim. That's the problem. Saw a couple of things. But I was a really, like, naive kid. You know, I don't know if you could tell that just from watching me. But I remember there were times when, like, I would be tempted to watch something on Adult Swim, but I was so innocent and, you know, just so stupid at the time, and I was just like, oh, but that's Adult Swim. That's content for adults. I am not a adult. I can't do that. I can't watch this. I grew up later and I realized, wow, that kid was lame. This was my first year. Okay, I was there. Wow. Whole reason we did is because one of the obstacles is a chicken statue, and everyone was obsessed with it. At some point, we just pretended the statue was a god. Amazing. All hail chicken. Master Chicken. Okay, so far we've run into a croissant, a couple of cupcakes. What? What could be at the very top of this strange place? I haven't looked at it. Or I haven't looked too close to it. Hey, Silver's here. How you doing? Good to see you today. Currently just running a little bit of a stress test tonight, as well as also doing a little bit of power washing. So, hopefully that will be entertaining enough. Certainly hope so. We're also chatting about stuff. Chatting about, like, you know, Adult Swim stuff and, oh, just programming we watched as younger people. It's funny I say all this because, like, there are so many things that I remember from my childhood that I just kind of assume to be God-given facts or, like, things that, like, everybody remembers. But then I remember that, like, oh, yeah, right. Like, not everybody had the same childhood that I did. And I forget that, like, oh, yeah, stuff like Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that wouldn't be seen by anybody within, like, the 12-year-old demographic now. Or like, anybody who's 16 probably doesn't even know who Ren and Stimpy is. Or just in general, any of the shows that I watched. I found a picture of Izzy when she was a puppy. Aww! That sounds cute. They got Kinger! They got Kinger! Actually, I'm fine. Speaking of random cartoons and Amazing Digital Circus, that reminds me of that one clip. Like really early on, there's one video that was animated of that one scene from Futurama. It's like Fry in the closet with that one like shaky robot guy. Except they replaced the shaky robot guy with Kanger, and they replaced Fry with Jax. The one scene that was just like, you know, hey, it's nice to meet you. Actually, we've met once before. What? The robot explodes.
Yep. We lost
That is
him.
so on
brand. Oh man, Mom's gonna be so mad at us. Mom? I don't see howitzer. Somebody said howitzer!
God, Futurama had so many good scenes. Fucking Christ.
I'm going to be in the Angry Dome.
If you need me, I'll be in the Angry Dome. You just see him being all like, fraggle up there. Well, my new update is bugged. Time to panic. Alright. We're nearing the conclusion of this little tea party of ours. I really genuinely hope that, like, most of these plates have a lot of, like, leeway on the amount that you need to hit. 'Cause, God, come to think of it, most of this tree, can we be lenient and just say, like, I only need to get, like, 80% of the tree? Also, these plates kind of look like raw eggs a little bit. I keep looking at them being like, ooh, egg. Egg. I see you. Just out of reach. Kind of wish there was, like, more stuff that I could see from a distance. Like, I see some tables and some chairs. Like a lamp over there. on like a light post, or is that like, oh, is that a place to like hang your coat? Yeah, it's probably a coat hanger. Jax versus the conductor. Honestly, I kind of feel like Jax would win just because of his chaotic nature. Like, conductor's got a lot of knives, and he's also chaotic. But I get this strange suspicion that, like, you know, conductor has tried to murder and failed. But I got a weird suspicion that, like, Jax would probably succeed if he did manage to try and murder somebody. I don't know. I got that vibe. It's another one of those, like, you know, incompetence things where you're just like, how competent do I feel this person is? Jax, I feel, could murder. Conductor has been in many situations where he potentially could have, but he kind of like screwed up on it.
Is Jax a lot like Mandy, who is probably the scariest being in the universe, but just chooses not to do anything?
Who's Mandy?
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, no, because at the very least, I feel like Mandy is just more, uncaring and just, you know, kind of just game for any crazy shit happening. And I guess, like, to an extent, Jax is kind of like that. But, like, I almost feel like Jax is actually out to hurt people, you know what I mean? Mandy, I've always felt like it's more like Mandy's in circumstances where she's just like, if you die, you die. Like, very close, very similar characteristics, but I think Jax kind of edges it out in that I feel he would have more of a bloodlust. Now I just want cupcakes. God. Frickin' game. He possibly caused the clown to abstract, but for a split second, you can see he's actually sad when they mention his funeral. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have theorized, just being like, what is he capable of? What is he doing? What does he want to do? What is his plans? I think the fact that the dude has got, like, keys to random places, I think is one thing that's a little bit weird. Just being like, dog, where did you get that? I don't know, he's weirdly conniving. He has emotions. Yay! Anyway, what is this? Oh, it's a big old slice of cake. That works. But once again, how is it that, like, a power washer is the thing that we're going to use to wash this cake off? In a real-world scenario, I know this is Wonderland, but work with me here. In a real-world scenario, I'd point this power washer at the cake. It would go flying off into, like, the next zip code. I'm going to sleep, have work in the morning. Luckily, Monday is my last day of work until I start up again on Friday. Well, I am hoping you some good luck, and also, I don't know how far along you are with your driving stuff, but I wish you good luck with your driving stuff as well. Have a very good night. I didn't even get to tell them. Freezes. There we go. Ba-dang. I have a piece of cake with me, and I have a power washer and in the garage. No. No. I refuse to be your bad influence. I'm telling you right now, do not do it. Do not do it! No, no, no. Oh, hell. Ooh. It's like a strawberry vanilla swirl back here. It's also got bunny ears at the top, too. I think that's bunny ears. Looks similar to them, anyway. Maybe it's because we've been talking about Jax too much. Ah, strawberry. Gotcha. Makes sense. Alrighty. One of my friends has already done it 2 years ago. Wait, what? 2 years ago in a car she got for her birthday. Are you talking like, you know, finished driver's test and all that jazz? I mean, it is a common thing. But muzzle tough on the car, I guess.
You ever Tokyo drift a capital ship that's a kilometer in length?
No, but I like this new season of oh frig. What is that called? Son of a bitch. Initial D, there we go. Joke failed, but at least I got there in the end. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh dear. So we've cleaned like basically everything here. Which means there's smellies that are sitting all among these things. Okay. I've been working on an animation for the whole day. My hands hurt. That is a mood. I hope you're getting somewhere with it, though. I hope it's nice looking. I've attempted animation once or twice. My God. I just feel like it requires, like, having a different kind of attention span. You know what I mean? Animation is no joke. And people that are capable of doing it are, like, very dedicated to the cause. You know what I mean? I feel like now would be an excellent time to swap over to the spin nozzle. Wow, where is this tiny little bit of dirt? Wah. Fred! You jerk! Come on. Come on! Would I be allowed to make a Snap VR chat avatar? I can, and I spend months on them, and people still hate them, so I'm thinking about giving up. Hey, whatever art you're currently working on, do it for you. Like, it's nice when you get compliments from people, but at the end of the day, like, you need to be satisfying yourself first and foremost with whatever it is that you're trying to work on. Like, if the thing you're trying to, like, fish for is compliments, it's not the best way to try and, that's not the best way to try and, like, make art. Compliments are nice, but if you're trying to just, like, satisfy everybody, or if you're trying to, like, you know, if you're trying to get people, if you're making stuff only because you're trying to get people to like you, like, that's not a great reason to make art, you know? So don't worry about that. The compliments should come secondary when it comes to making art, in my opinion. I always want to try to get better. And you can. Do not worry yourself about that at all. It is totally possible to improve your craft. Oh, the gramophone? Really? It's probably like the lip underneath or something. Yep. Ta-da. Okay, how much more is left? Mad Hatter's needle case. I thought that didn't get clean. Such a tiny speck of dirt. Be like, nope, not clean. It's not clean yet. No, you didn't do it. Didn't do it. Try again. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Frickin' Christ. I have a sketchbook. I have a lot of drawings. You drew me and in there multiple times. One time I left it unattended during lunch. One girl came up and ripped it up. Well, it's her goddamn problem. She clearly has some issues that she's got to work out. You did nothing wrong in that situation. Unless you retaliated violently. In which case, yeah, you probably did something wrong there. But, you know, she was clearly the aggressor, though. But people be like that, man. There's some people that just, like, absolutely hate seeing anybody enjoying themselves. Or being creative, or, you know, doing something to make themselves happy. I've seen a lot of people, like, you know, underneath that kind of a mindset. Where they're just like, no, this is something that somebody else likes to do. But I don't like it, so therefore you can't have it. I'm not saying it's fair, but it is a reality. It's something that people are like, and people do. It ain't cool. But you really can't do anything about those kinds of people. The only thing that you really can do in situations like that, though, is call it out when you see it. Like, either, if it happens to you, absolutely tell a teacher and let them know that it happened. Try and get, like, witnesses if you possibly can, because that will help you out significantly. One of the pages in there, I got an autograph from one of my idols, and now it's ripped up. Again, people be jerks. But even though it might be gone now, you can always start from scratch. Sometimes it's not fun to start from scratch, but you can. You absolutely can. And one other thing I want to say too, like, you know, for anybody who sees something like that happen, call that out. Please call out when you see stuff like that happen. You know, if somebody is treating somebody else with, you know, disrespect, it'll get you way more social points being nice and pointing out like the bullshit somebody's doing, as opposed to being one of those people that does the bullshit. And even if you get a reputation of just being like, oh, goody goody two shoes, you know what? People calling you a goody goody two shoes, or people that are just like, oh, whatever, you're just a snitch. Oh, whatever, you're just weak. Those are names that were made up to make you feel bad about defending yourself. Okay? Those are words that bullies try to feed into your brain to make you feel bad about being vulnerable and about being like protective of yourself. I have the reputation of being a teacher's pet. Again? That's one of those things that somebody made up because they're like, you know what? I don't like this individual. Or I think I would like to come up with a reason for not liking this individual. And I'm not saying that everybody has to like everybody. Like, you can decide to not enjoy somebody's company or not like a person. You know? That's fine. Like, you know, I'm not telling people to just be friends with people all the frickin' time everywhere, because that's not gonna happen. But one of the things that, like, when somebody is like actively attempting to try and come up with reasons to hate somebody, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, you don't need a reason to hate somebody, or like you don't need a reason to not interact with somebody or be upset or be uncomfortable. You can just be uncomfortable and not be a jerk about it. That's the thing. So yeah, when people start like sticking like names and labels to you, it's usually an attempt to try and like, you know, tear you down or come up with like a reason to not like you. And here's the thing. That means they're actively trying to look for a reason to hate you. Like, if they are so desperate to hate you that they're trying to look for ways and make up ways to hate you, you won. Look, it doesn't matter what they do at that stage. Like, yeah, it sucks. It's shitty that they went and destroyed your property, but you know, that just absolutely doesn't put them in the right, and they absolutely should get in trouble for that. But just the fact that like these people are trying to come up with means of being able to like, you know, treat you unfairly or treat you like you're, you know, you suck more than them, or like, you know, that you're a terrible person. That tells you you won. They hate you. You have haters. You didn't even work for those haters. They just showed up on your doorstep. So you must be doing at least something right. So just brush that stuff off. Like, you know, absolutely defend yourself. Don't get me wrong. Don't become a pushover. But somebody calling you names, somebody like, you know, trying to put you in a particular camp, or somebody's being like, oh, here, such and such is a weirdo. Whatever. Shove off. My biggest dream is being a voice actor like you and Michael. I am trying to become a voice actor. I'm just scared that I'll do something wrong, and then that'll affect my future and my dreams. The fact that you're even saying that you're worried about that tells me that you are cognizant about that, and you're cognizant about making a mistake. Meaning that sounds like you've got a pretty good head on your shoulders. There are some people that go through life not caring about whether or not they make a mistake. You know? There are some people that are just like, nah, whatever. I am going to be a hooligan. I am going to destroy property. I am going to be a jerk. It's those people that, like, you know, I wouldn't call them good people, basically. Anyway, Mad Hatter needs to speak here. Oh, how marvelous! I've lost a curious pile of jam and gained a hat. And the timing couldn't be perfecter. It's the March Hare 445th on birthday. And everyone's invited. Be sure to let dear Alice know, won't you? I'm sure she went that way. No, wait. It's my birthday. It is? Oh, of course it is. Of course. A breakfast, tea, and dinner. Pile it up and shower with sauce. till every spoonful's a winner. Yay. Frickin' Mad Hatter. Anyway, I think we're getting real close to the end of this DLC, and I think this might be like the final little bit. Queen of Hearts Court. Yep, that makes sense. And Queen of Hearts is speaking here. Why is it, do we wonder, that whenever I go, wherever I go, everybody suddenly loses their heads? Me, I'm the reason, so I suggest you get to it at once, whatever it is, and be quick about it. As soon as we've apprehended this Alice absconder, we'll be needing a quick and thorough trial. So yeah, we're going to be cleaning the courts, so Alice can get a terrible, off with the head court thing. So that should be fun. But we are coming up on a sort of a late time frame thing here, so I think we're going to call it a night. We had no frame drops. What the hell is my internet? God damn it. Why? I don't understand. It's so inconsistent. And you know I'm gonna I'm gonna loosen up again. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, everything's fine, Let's go back into doing just our regular routine. And then suddenly we're gonna have the weird stuff happen again. I doubt you ate the problem. Again, horrible stomach cramps. Alright. I'm gonna head over to the end screen real quick. Unplug the tracker because yikes. So what's the plan? Well, considering we had one really ridiculously bad day, but one really completely clean and decent good day, we are going to we're just going to continue on with the next week. We're going to hope that everything works. So, yes, that means that I'm going to be doing Salmon Max, and that will be happening on Wednesday. And then I will try and go into Undertale Yellow next Saturday, and hopefully we won't run into the exact same problems. And then we will finish up the Queen of Hearts court stuff next Sunday. So that will about do it. What are you up to, Kyle, at the moment?
Currently trying to drive a really big ship.
Amazing! Is that the one that you're Tokyo drifting?
Yes.
Deja vu? I've just been in this place before.
Yes, I've been in space before. I'm in space
I've just
now.
been in this space before. Higher on the street? Wait, no, there aren't any streets in space.
There are superhighways.
Okay, fair. There we go. It works. Still works. Anyway. Well, I'm gonna get a move on here. Thanks for coming in and chatting. It's been fun.
Yeah.
See you later, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.